Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Fin Advisor. Hope all of you are doing well. The seventh video in our do it yourself investing series, and today we'll be focusing on how do we select the best equity mutual fund. I had covered this earlier for the debt mutual fund, so if you're interested in that as well, I'll put that in I button as well as in the description. Coming back to today's topic, how do we select the best equity mutual fund? Let's look at step by step. So the first step is to finalize the fund category. And there are two important parameters here. One is the risk profile and second one being the investment horizon. So there are a lot of tools available to check your risk profile. So if you answer those questions, it will tell you whether you are a conservative investor, moderate investor, or an aggressive investor. So if you are a conservative investor, then you should mainly look at the large cap funds. I have just put the percentage allocation of your equity portfolio. So it should be almost 100% for a conservative investor. If you are a moderate investor, probably around 70% in large cap and 30% in mid cap. If you are an aggressive investor, for example, if you are young and aggressive, you can put around 50% in large cap, 30% in mid cap, and 20% in small cap. So all these are indicative portfolio allocation. It can vary based on your goals as well, how much returns you want to achieve and what your investment horizon is. So if your investment horizon is close to 5 to 7 years, it's suitable for large cap. 7 to 10 years is suitable for large and mid cap, and greater than 10 years is suitable for all three categories. So also check your investment horizon. The larger the horizon, you can take more risk and generate higher returns and invest in mid and small cap categories as well. Anything less than 5 years, as I mentioned in my last video, is not suitable for equity mutual fund category, and then you should look at debt mutual funds if you have an investment horizon of less than 5 years. And as I mentioned earlier, I have put a series on the debt mutual fund as well, so please refer to that. Coming to the next step is to check the fund rating. You can check this in Value Research, Morningstar, and Crisil rating on Money Control, and always try to select the 4-star and the 5-star funds in the fund rating and make a short list of mutual funds in this second step. Third step is to check the assets under management. So this is very simple for the large cap category. So the larger AUM in large cap is a good indication that the fund is getting response from investors. But in mid and small cap, a larger AUM can result in issues, because in mid and small cap the liquidity is not that high, and anything above 5,000 CR AUM can be a red signal. So always be careful about AUM in mid and small cap. So you should check this point as well and select your mutual funds. Now coming back to the fourth step, next step is to check the relative past performance. So check the trailing returns as well as the calendar returns. So trailing returns can be 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 years, while calendar returns will be for each year. Calendar returns become a lot more important because you should check in each year whether the fund was consistently able to beat the other funds in the same category, as well as able to beat the index returns. The fifth step is to check the risk metrics. So here you should check the risk and return grade. Funds which are taking lower risk and giving higher returns are always more preferable than funds taking higher risk and lower return. And the other parameters which can help you decide this are alpha, beta, standard deviation, and Sortino. These will tell me a higher alpha generates higher returns, beta and standard deviation tell the risk taken by the fund. Sortino also tells me the higher Sortino means the fund is able to generate higher returns at a lower risk. The next step is to check the expense ratio. A lower expense ratio is always preferable because expense ratio is deducted from the returns, and a higher expense ratio means that you'll be able to get only lower returns because that amount will be deducted. Next important point is to check the mutual fund manager tenure. So when you're looking at the past performance, if the manager tenure is lower, let's say only a year, then the past returns are not we can't judge the past returns because the team was different. It's only been a year that this new mutual fund manager team has started working on. So tenure becomes very important. The larger tenure you will be able to judge the past fund performance a lot more better. The eighth step is to check the stock quality, and this is more of an advanced step, more of an optional step. So if you are new to equity mutual funds, you can always, within the first 7 steps, select the best equity mutual fund. In the 8th step, you can do it in a more advanced way and check the top holdings of the mutual fund and see whether some of the parameters. So I've just put a generic list, whether the stocks in that mutual funds, how many stocks have a greater than ROE of 15%, ROCE of 20%, revenue growth of 10%, and EPS growth of 10% CAGR. So how many, the larger percentage of stocks in the top holdings means the fund is likely to do better in future. And as I mentioned, you can always skip this step because this will require much more effort and knowledge to do this, and you can always stick to the first 7 steps and select the best equity mutual debt fund. So we are at the end of the video. Hope you found this video informational. In my next video, I'll be giving the demonstration of these steps for the large cap fund category. So do subscribe the channel and share this video with your family and friends. See you in my next video. Thank you so much.